At the moment, it's possible to fly into the UK, including from COVID-19 hotspots such as Italy and the US, without being screened for the disease.
For all arrivals to the UK, not only are there no checks, no airport measures and no temperature screening, which is much unlike most of the rest of the world, actually there is no obligation to self-isolate and there is no quarantine. And this is why the UK is the outlier in this situation, because 90% of the world's population are now living in countries with restrictions and measures on passengers arriving into those airports. Of course, Australia is part of that 90% with mandatory quarantine.
When told by a Home Affairs Select Committee that 130 other countries have stricter measures in place, British Home Secretary Priti Patel defended her government's open borders policy, saying, "We are not similar to those countries in terms of travellers and passenger flows. It's a fact that the UK has one of the largest numbers of international arrivals with very different flows to some of the countries mentioned." According to the Home Office, the number of air passengers arriving in the UK is down 99% year on year. Maritime arrivals are lower by nearly 89% and international rail travellers fewer by 94%. But that's still around 10,000 people entering the country on any given day. Just how much of a risk do they pose to the greater community, given they haven't been screened nor isolated?
In the UK, the rates are so high that travellers arriving are likely to have a lower risk of COVID-19 than the native population. So, yes, it is an increase in risk, but a very small increase in risk and one that the government judges is not worth reducing at this point.
Labor MPs have described the Home Office's approach as absolutely baffling, but the government says it's ruling nothing out when considering if further measures are required, and that includes checks on people arriving at seaports and airports across the UK. Yvonne Yong, ABC News.